All right, Brigitte, now on Bounce. Don't forget about the people who are caring for aging parents this time of year. November is National Caregivers Month, and we want to discuss some topics affecting them around the holidays. I want to welcome back Jennifer Szakaly to the show. She's the owner of Caregiving Corner and a nationally certified care manager. So thanks for being here again. We
Thank
appreciate
you for having me.
First, how is this a stressful time for caregivers?
Well, it's stressful for all of us, and then you add to that the complications that caregivers already have. They've got a full schedule, plus they're trying to juggle their responsibilities caring for an aging parent or spouse.
Right, so they're living their own lives and then having to do double work, so to speak. What suggestions would you make for adults to see their aging family members during the holidays?
Well, I think it's a good opportunity, particularly if you're traveling, to see parents that you don't normally get to see on a regular basis. There's some different areas that we encourage people to look at when they're visiting aging parents, to kind of be on the lookout for some different things. The first one of those is the house. When you visit them, you want to just take a look at the house. Is it being kept up well? Are there little things that you can do around the house to help out? Change light bulbs, smoke detector batteries, things like that.
This is part of kind of like a checklist to go through, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So house is number one on the list. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just to make sure what's going on with them and basically.
Right. You just kind of want to see if there have been any changes from your last visit, and that's particularly key for long distance caregivers where there's usually a gap between visits, and the holidays is when they really start to notice things.
Okay. You want to go down the list? You talked about the house. What about the health?
Health, yeah. You want to make sure that your parents are still managing medications okay, so you want to check with them about that. You want to make sure that they're recording appointments, that they're not missing any appointments, and that just generally things that you notice about them are the personal hygiene. Are there any changes with that? Any visible signs that there's been change in their health?
Yeah, and I would imagine them getting around too, how quickly they're able to move around the house, mobility, so to speak.
Absolutely. Mobility is a big issue, particularly for people who've been in the same house for decades. Sometimes that flight of stairs can be challenging after a while. So if they're shortening the number of times that they go in and out of the house or up and down the stairs, you want to just kind of take note of that. If they're having more difficulty getting in and out of the car, those are changes that you'd want to note.
Okay, and then I guess money, because a lot of people sometimes lose money, they misplace money, whatever the case may be. Their finances have to come into play, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the first things that becomes very challenging for older adults to manage is all of their finances. So you want to check, are there obvious stacks of bills around when you're visiting, things that look like they might have gone to collections that are too late. If it looks like that's getting out of control, you definitely want to sit down and have a conversation with your parents about that.
Well, how can caregivers cope with stress around the holidays?
Well, and cope is it, because you can't get rid of it completely. So we just want caregivers to be mindful of it. But the very first thing is to make it simple. Keep things as simple as possible. So if you're accustomed to going to 10 holiday parties, try to pare that down a little bit. Keep expectations realistic and make things easy for you.
Okay, make it meaningful.
Yeah, absolutely. People are focused on gift giving this time of year, but it's really all about family. And so it's important for people to recognize that simply spending time with another person is really where the value is. So if they can do things like that, take time out of their day, that's really going to help them kind of channel their energy differently and maybe de-stress a little bit if they can just have good conversations and good laid-back visits with people.
And sometimes we forget about taking care of you, yourself. You got to make sure that's done first, right?
Absolutely. That's the most important thing. So carving out time, it feels very selfish, and a lot of caregivers are very reluctant to do that, but it's very, very important. Take care of yourself so that you can be a good caregiver to those around you.
And where can people get additional resources?
Well, there's two different websites that have got some great articles right now. AARP.org is one website you can visit. Punch in caregiving for the holidays, and there's all sorts of tips and checklists that come up, as well as caregiver.com. And if you find any problems when you're visiting your parents, ALCA.org is a great site to go to find a care manager who can help you kind of sort through the seriousness of some of those issues.
Tremendous information. A lot of people don't think about this around this time of year, do they? All right. You can get more information from Caregiving Corner. It's located at 6135 Park South Drive, Suite 510. It serves the Charlotte metro area from its Lake Norman and South Park offices. The number to call is on your screen there, 704-945-7170. For more information, log on to WBTV.com. Look in the Web Extras section under the Home tab. And once again, Jennifer, thanks so much for coming. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Brigitte, back to you.
Thank you.